Hello, everyone. You are welcome to the African Spiritual Connections TV. My name is Paulvin, and today I am talking to you about divination for children, the effect of divination for children. I began the live already, and then I had issues. Sorry, whoever was watching. So I'm tagging this as part two. So this is supposed to be the part two of what I began saying. So if you didn't watch the first one, to understand what we're saying, go back and watch. I was telling my life story and I ended somewhere. So I reached where I was talking about not eating cassava. So and along the way, I found out that cassava is part of the things that I'm not supposed to eat. But you see how nature made me think I was just lazy eating fufu. That's why I quit eating, or that's why I quit pounding fufu. So if I don't pound, then they will starve me at home by not allowing me to eat. Not knowing it was not just the pounding, it's something that my soul didn't want me to take in. So life found a way to let me have an excuse to stop eating. Right? But my parents did not know this. So they kept forcing me to eat. To the point that sometimes when I don't eat, they only give me soup, which they know will not be enough. Just like, we have provided you food, you say you won't eat, so fend for yourself. But I was stubborn, I wouldn't eat. And it seemed like I was just a lazy boy. What am I saying this for? I'm saying this because of divination. When a soul comes into this world, we do not know if this soul is a new soul. I shouldn't even say a new soul, there's nothing like a new soul. We do not know if this soul is coming to the world anew for the first time, or this is an ancestor that has returned. We don't know. And we care not to find out. We do not know why this soul decided to leave the other world and come here. We don't know. All right? We do not know. We don't know if this child has any taboos or not. We do not know. Okay? This is why I've put onto myself today to come and talk to you about divination for children, whether it is good or it is not good. And at the end of this video, you're supposed to be able to know if you should be doing divination for your children, or when you do it, it will harm them. And perhaps it will take them to hell, as we have been taught to believe. All right. Now, first of all, when you do divination for children, I'm going to give you about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 effects that the divination will have on the children. 5 serious effects, very, very serious effects. And this effect will let you know if you should continue doing divination for your children or you should stop. All right. First of all, I told you there are already souls in the other world, the astral world, seeking to come here. And they qualify, then they come. They will never be here without a purpose. So when a soul comes, the first thing we must do is that we should try to find out the purpose for which the soul has come here. My purpose was to straighten the path of my family and others back to the African roots, because my father was the one who thwarted the path. Sam George, Mansa is here. Mansa, you are welcome. So my purpose was to straighten what my father destroyed. So if they had found out why I was here, they would have known long ago, so that when I began this my journey, I wouldn't have had troubles with my family. But see, when I began this journey of spirituality, almost everyone in my family wanted to stay away from me, because I had begun the devilish journey of seeking. People thought I was just seeking power. For me, I wanted to know. I wanted to let the gods tell their side of the story, because we have turned them into devils. And I didn't understand. Because when I compared my present day of life to when I came in life beginning about 30 years ago, life was better then. Morality was very, very still and straight. Today the carcass is everywhere. Even today that there are churches in every corner of our country. I didn't understand. We have found the best God, yet people are still stealing. People are still doing evil in every corner. Those days that we didn't find the best God, that we found the devils that we call them. People behaved well. So when I began to find answers, then I got to know that, oh, so this is my path. So I found my path myself. It was a job of my parents to find my path for me and put me on that path and help me straighten it so that life becomes easier for me. But it didn't happen that way. When I began it myself, those who should have even began it for me were the ones discouraging me and running away from me. In fact, parents had to call me before elders to advise me that I have begun a journey that supposedly is devilish, and they should even force me to sell my video camera and then find some job to do. Are we supposed to be doing divination for children? Maybe you already have an answer, but I'll still continue anyway. In case there is an issue with my audio, kindly let me know. So first of all, we must know the purpose for which the soul has left the astral world into this physical world. Because no soul comes here without a mission, or without a purpose. Aside that, I told you every soul that comes here already existed in the spiritual world before that soul came here. Every soul that comes here already existed thousands and millions of years ago before that soul came here. That's if the soul is coming here for the first time. Right? So this soul came before. The soul left. The soul has come again. Why is the soul going back and forth? Why? Why? And who is that soul? So the purpose is the why. And who is that soul? So we are supposed to find out who has come again. So, for example, when I came as a baby, if my parents had gone to find out who or which ancestor had come again, which soul has come, they would have known that this is not my first time coming. If they knew this is not my first time coming here, then they would have gone to find out, okay, when did I come and what was I doing then? Was I on my destiny path then before I left and came back now? So if they found out that I was on my destiny path, then they will find out what destiny path was I on, or what mission did I come to do before? Because anytime you come into this world, you come to continue that mission. So if they had found out who is sitting here today, this soul, if they had found out what this soul or who this soul is, they would have known that this soul is not a new soul, it's a reincarnated soul. And they would have known, or they would have found out the purpose that this reincarnated soul came to achieve life in the previous life. Then it would have guided them to know that, oh, this soul normally comes when there is a deviation from the traditional norms. So this time that this soul is here again, then this soul is coming to straighten people and connect them back, connect children back to their fathers. As John the Baptist came to do according to the Bible, came to connect children back to their fathers. But when the carnal Christians read it, they think that they are coming to make children and their fathers and mothers sit tight and then be close to each other again. That's not it. Fathers means ancestors. So the path of the ancestors had gotten lost. According to the Bible, John the Baptist came to reconnect people to their ancestors. And that's my job. Come and connect children to their fathers and their mothers. They didn't know. So when I found life out myself and I wanted to be on my own path, people who were supposed to support me were the ones discouraging me. Are we supposed to do divination for children? Are you already having your answer? Let's continue anyway. So first of all, you must find out the purpose of the child. then you must know who that child is. Even that one should come first. You must know who the child is before you find the purpose of the child. Who are you? Why are you here? Then we find out, is there any ritual to be performed for this child? We should find out. Why am I saying this? There are so many children that because of their mission, they are not meant to live long. So there are some of these children that when they are coming, they know that their mission is only to be accomplished within 3 years. Some children come here so their poverty-stricken parents will be rich. That's their purpose. They saw that these two souls who have come together to marry are going through a lot of poverty. Yet in the astral world, there is this soul there who is very rich. So if the gods and the ancestors want to help the married couple who are going through a lot of financial troubles, they send this very rich soul to come. Because this child is very rich, back and broken nation, Akwande. You're welcome, black and broken nation. You're welcome. So when the gods wants to help these people who have gotten married, they send a very rich soul to come and be born by these two couple. When the couple give birth to that child, then things begin to change. When I was a teacher, there was this girl in my class. Her name was let me keep her name. All right, let me keep her name. Very, very, very beautiful girl. She told me her story. That I asked her why. You let me share the name because the name is part of the story. Okay, I'll just share only the first name. The name is Blessing. Blessing. So I asked her why do they call you Blessing? Because I don't like normally when children come to my class, I ask them their names, and when they give me English names, then I ask them why don't they like using their local names but the English names. So I asked for the stories behind their names, and this girl known as Blessing told me that her parents used to live in my house where I used to live, my previous house. And there is this very crooked, very funny kiosk in the house. Her parents used to live in that kiosk. But now the father is very rich. The father owns an estate, builds houses and sells them. And then this child is just about 11, 12 years old. So I asked, if you're telling me your parents used to live in that dilapidated structure, how come now your father owns estate, builds houses and sell, very rich? And he said, and it's just been about 12 years time since you were born. And he said, my father told me the story that when I was born, miracles happened in his life, things began to change. And my parents became rich. Therefore, they named me Blessing. This is one of the stories I'm telling you. It says, I'm experience I've lived. So the child was called Blessing because the parents saw her as the game changer. It's real. There are souls in the astral world who are very, very rich. And when they come into this world, because they are rich souls, they don't want poverty. So if the parents do the right things, or the parents pass somewhere and go and get spiritual help, this child is able to carry through the blessings that she or he had in the astral world into this life, and the parents enjoy it. And they know that it's because of this child that we are having these blessings. It's real. Also, there are souls that they are living life in the astral world anyhow. Just like some humans come and live life anyhow here. Therefore, they owe people money a lot in the astral world. And instead of them to pay their debt, they run to this world. So when they run here, there are energies that follow them down here to come and chase them for the debt. This one seems funny, but it's real. I bet many of you have been told before that you owe debt spiritually. And that anytime that you work, money does not stay in your hand because you are paying spiritual debt. And you think it's witches that are doing that to you. No, there are souls that owe a lot of debt in the spiritual world. So when they come here, the parents are supposed to let them do, the parents are supposed to take these children through rituals so that they pay their spiritual debt. They just need some coins and some, I think, fowl, black and red fowl, white and black fowl, some white cloth and stuff. Then a spiritualist will lead them through series of divination and know how to use these items to pay their spiritual debt. They consult the spirit, and the spirit will tell them exactly what to do, and they do it. And this child pays his or her debt spiritually. So when this child starts life, he knows there's no spiritual debt to be paid. Therefore, whatever the child makes is for him or her. But because we haven't done this, many children are living life not knowing that they have debt to pay. So in the future, when they begin to work and they begin to earn money, money will not stay in their hand because they have spiritual debt to pay. When they hold the money, the spirit will come and take whatever debt that they owe, bit by bit. When they take the spiritual aspect of the money must leave your hand some way, somehow. It must go away. Are we supposed to be doing divination for children? Do you have your answer already? Yes or no? Let's continue anyway. So my name is Paul, and I came to talk to you about divination for children. In case you want to contact me, my number is +233 545 470 as you can see on the screen. Let me put it back again. Okay, so I've given you 3 reasons or 3 effects of divination for children or divining for children. Okay, now rituals to be performed. I've told you about debt. I've told you about wealthy children. There are children that, because of their missing, I began this, but I didn't really talk much about it. They know that they are not supposed to live long in life. Some of them must die the moment they cry on earth. They should die and go back. Why? Because they said they wanted to just come and have a feel of the world here. Some of them wanted to have just a very short stay, 6 years. They die and go back. But when they came, the parents wanted them to stay longer than that. But the parents did not make any effort to find out if these children at all are supposed to live long or short. So if you find out that the children are supposed to live short life, then you're supposed to do something about it. There's a ritual that you do. The elders call it bechi or beshi. Beshi means someone who contracted in the spiritual world that they are not coming into this world to come and stay for long. So they are supposed to die as children. So right in their life, when they get close to their death age, death will be chasing them. And some way, somehow, they will die and go. Some of them will say, I should die by drowning. Some of them will say, I should die by fire. So you hear stories about a whole family getting struck or dying out of fire outbreak. It was because of just one child that the fire wanted to kill, because that's the contract of the child. Parents did not find out that involved in one person's destiny. Now, if the parents had found out, they would have known that, oh, our child has what we call beshi. And this child is not supposed to last long on earth. Therefore, we are supposed to do something about it. If we want the child to stay beyond his destiny age, then you do rituals to avert and change the spiritual contract that human made before coming here. But today, parents don't do it anymore. All right, so it's not only eating poisonous food, inorganic food that kills people at a young age. There are people that make the contract not to last long, but there are not many like that. So when you have such a person, you have to divine and know, then you avert it. So even after this few stuff I've told you, I'm sure you have your answer already. I'm sure you have your answer already. Now, let's talk about destiny. Destiny comes out of the word destination. Destination. Every soul that comes into this world begins from somewhere and must end somewhere. So the journey between the beginning and the end is what we call destination. So when the child walks through the path to the end, then that's the end of the child's life. Each child or each human soul has this destiny. And it's not everybody's destiny that's the same. There are people that their destiny is to be doing work that's related to rivers. Let's say a fisherman. We do not know. Parents are forcing the child to go and be a doctor. And this child will end up killing people because they have no passion for what they are doing. We are forcing these children to go and be policemen, and they are busy taking bribes. Why? Because they have no passion for what they are doing. It's not only poverty that forces people to take bribe because of destiny. People are not destined to be in the positions that they are being. Therefore, they have no passion for that. People are not destined to be leaders, to be president, to be politicians, but they are being politicians. Why? They have no passion for it. Therefore, when money lands in their hand, instead of them to use the money to get a legacy for their people, they want to rather put the money in their pocket and squander. They have no passion for what they are doing. Destiny. When you are destined to be something, energies around you will keep on filling into your conscience to let your head teach you to do the right things. So when we give birth to a child and we don't find out the destiny of the child, if the child is supposed to be a policeman, we will force the child to go and be doctors or a doctor. In the end, things will not go on well. This child will be failing at missions. This child will be doing surgeries and killing people. Because the energies around the child do not support what the child is doing. Therefore, they don't give the child the correct thoughts, the correct ideas as to how to do surgery and how to do things, make things work. So there are people that their destiny is to be engineers. They do not get better education anyway. But even in their villages, they are making it. They are doing things that people in the universities, engineering schools are not able to do. Destiny, destiny, destiny. Are we supposed to divine for children? I guess you already have your answer. I'll still continue anyway. So see, you're supposed to find out the destinies of children, so that if you know that your child is supposed to be a policeman, when the child is young, you start filling the child's head with patriotism, being passionate about policing. So when the child grows up, the child is equipped emotionally, the child is equipped mentally, the child is self-motivated, and the path is straightened. All right. Whoever is calling me, please, I'm sorry, I'm doing a live video. Kindly call me back in about 30 minutes time. All right. Now, one most important thing at all, one very, very important thing that we are neglecting, taboos of a child. I told you about my personal taboo, not to eat cassava, right? Yet it came as I was being lazy. Okay, please, whoever is calling me, call me about 30 minutes time. I'm doing a live video. I beg you. All right. So when a child comes, we must find out who that child is. We must find out why the child is here, and we must find out what are the rules of engagement with this child. What must we not take close to the child? What are the colors of the child? Do you understand why we in Africa we use white cloth to decorate children when they are born? Because the white cloth is universal, it's good for everybody, calms energy. And because everybody has his own colors. Did you find out the colors of these children? There are people that are not supposed to be using black anyhow. When they use black, they get violent. Things start going bad for them. The people that they are supposed to wear white on certain days, did we find out? We do not find out. There are people that are not supposed to be using red. When they use red color on them or eat red food, people will be envying them when they eat food like watermelon. People will be envying them anyhow, even when they haven't done anything wrong or when they don't even have anything. People will be having envy. I said this once some time ago, and someone said human beings are supposed to be envious because the human beings will wish to have things that other people have. Hey, that's a mistake. Do not confuse envy with jealousy. I'm doing spiritual video, but let me teach a bit about English, even though it's not my language. There is a vast difference between jealousy and envy. Don't confuse both. When someone is jealous, the person wants something that you have that they don't. And they wish that they are the ones who had it, not you. That's jealousy. So you can jealous someone's boyfriend, or you can jealous a friend for having a boyfriend. That means you want the friend's boyfriend to yourself or girlfriend to yourself. But when you are envious, you just don't want someone to have something, even though you don't want it. So I don't want it, but I also don't want you to have it either. That's what we call envious. I just want you to lose whatever you have for no reason. I don't even want it. That's envy. But when I want it and I want you to lose it so that I can get it, that's jealousy. So when you are rich and people want you to be poor, not because they want to have your money, that's envy. When you are rich and people want you to be poor so that they can have that your money, that's jealousy. So know the difference between envy and jealousy. But when someone envies you, when you eat red stuff, and those of you who are not supposed to eat it, when you eat red stuff, then what will happen is that people will see you that you have certain things. They don't even want it. They can't even use those things that you have. But they feel you're not supposed to have those things and they want you to lose them. Everywhere you go, hatred. Everywhere you go, hatred. For no reason. If your parents had done divination for you, they would have known that this particular food is not for you. Don't eat it. I met a woman. I don't want to talk about the relationship with the woman. The woman was asthmatic. And the asthma was very bad. We did divination for the woman. And we realized that this woman was supposed to be sent to her family god deity room to be prayed for. Then we sent her. She was prayed for. When we came, divination showed that the woman, the family god made us aware that this woman is not supposed to be eating banana and yam, roasted yam. If she does, she'll be having complications with the respiratory organ. So we stopped the woman from eating banana and yam, and the asthma vanished. It's been about 6 months now. The woman has never ever experienced asthma once. But roasted yam is one thing that the father likes so much. So the father used to give this child roasted yam because that woman was the father's favorite from childhood. So anytime the father goes to buy the roasted yam, the father will give the roasted yam to the child. The father did not know that he was giving the child what will give the child asthma because the child was not born asthmatic. And banana was also the favorite of the child herself. So anytime that there was banana in their house, in the kitchen, per what she told me, nobody would touch it because they know that it's that woman's favorite. So even if they eat and she's not at home, they will leave her some. Not knowing banana is supposed to be not to be eaten by her. These two food came together to give the girl a lot of complications. The parents did not find out. Are we supposed to find out or do divination for children? I know you have your answer already, but I'll still continue anyway. So there are rules that bind every single individual in this life. There are rules. There are people that when they eat chicken, they'll be poor in their life. Why? Because of the way chicken eats. When they eat, then they'll be using their should I say, their nails or their legs to be pushing some of the dust behind them, pushing some of the food behind them. In tree, we say omoshete. So they eat, then they pack it, right? And sometimes too, they use their mouth to scrap the earth. So it's a form of ungratefulness if a human does it. Because of that, nature makes such people who eat chicken poor. It's against their nature to eat chicken because their soul does not like the behavior of that animal. But they do not know, and they are eating it. So they will get the best of job, but they will not use that money out of that job for anything good. It's not about getting personal. This is why are you not thinking the way you should be thinking? Why is it that there are people that they take very, very bad friends, but they are able to be focused? What happens? You think life is just what you see. It's funny sometimes the way people think. You think life is just what you see. So you can see that there is a lot of effect of divination. We have a lot of children in our homes. We don't even know them. We just know them as Akia, yeah, Afia, Janet, giving them a lot of big English names. But we don't even know these children. We only know them as our children, but we don't know them. The driver of that body that you have given birth to, that body that you have given birth to, the driver behind that body, do you know that driver? Do you know how the driver is supposed to be driving that body? You do not know. Do you know the destination of that driver, where the driver is supposed to go? You do not know, and you are a parent. How do you guide the child on his or her path when you don't know her destination? If you don't know where the child is going, how do you guide her? The child is just covering her eyes and walking. And you, the parent, your eyes are covered, and you want to guide a child that, oh, this is the best path to take. How does a blind person lead a blind person? Then both of them will fall into a ditch. So before you want to guide your children, tear off the blindfold. You cannot guide your children when you are blind of where they are going. All right? Each of these souls to have family taboos. There is a particular food that people in that family are not supposed to be eating. So check the family around you. Find out that, you see, there is a family that almost everyone has an eye problem. The father has an eye problem. The children have an eye problem. And the aunties, the sisters of the father, eye problem. Why? Because the family is connected to the sun. And the organ that the sun controls on the human body is the eye. And the food that people who are connected to the sun are not supposed to be eating. That's if your family is connected to the sun. The family must do divination to find out, so that when the child comes into that family, you know that, oh, okay, this child is also connected to this family. Therefore, the sun has an effect on this child. Therefore, the son or the child must also stop eating this particular food. We do not stop the child from eating the food. We keep feeding the child that food. And then at a very young age, this child is wearing spectacles in school. Are we supposed to be doing divination for children? I will not tell you yes or no. I'm sure you already have your answer. All right. So my name is Paulvin. Today, I came to talk to you about doing divination for children. Those who want to contact me, my number is +233 545 470 920. You may call me anytime and we will talk. Also, I'm doing the best of the teachings on WhatsApp now. I hardly come live nowadays because I'm very busy on WhatsApp teaching people. And there are a lot of people that I'm giving them individual gests. There are certain herbs that I cannot come online here and share because someone will use it because the person is meant to have that herb as part of the person. So thanks for watching. I'll come your way in another episode with a very powerful one next time. All right. So as I said, thanks for watching. I'll come your way again next time with a very powerful episode. So kindly forward this to people and let them subscribe. I hope you have learned a lot and you know whether you're supposed to be doing divination for children or you're not supposed to be doing divination for children. I hope that Africans, and people around the world will start doing the right things for their children. The gods and the ancestors put this message on my heart, and I think it has been delivered. So, my dear gods and ancestors who are around me, you know I have done my purpose as you've sent me. Thank you for giving me this message, and I thank you also for watching. Those who commented, Sam George, who said Mansa is here, Black and Broken Nation, who said Akwande. Thank you both for commenting. If you have any question, feel free to comment here. I'll come and reply you, or you can also contact me on WhatsApp. Go through the description section. My WhatsApp link is there. Pick it up and then contact me. I'll send you I'll approve you. Will check you spiritually, and then when you are fit to be taught the right things, we will teach you. Add it to the group, and then you will learn together. Thank you. I'll end the live here. Pray for me too when you go to your altars. All right, I need it all the time because I don't manage to. Bye bye.